We're a national brand. We're a national franchise with almost 300 locations across the country, and I'm the local franchisee for the Richmond market. The ownership is myself and my son and my daughter-in-law. My LLC is called We Are Family. Y'all can sing along if you like, maybe later, huh? And we have 3 locations, as Brittany said. We also have a very good e-commerce business, so you can always go. You can always go online and check all inventory out, and it'll actually show you local inventory any given time. So we appreciate your visit. Nothing replaces a visit to our store. We're fully staffed and fully trained and eager to help you. So when you come into our store, you can expect the best experience from any running store there is, because we have one thing we have that no one else has is our 3D technology to measure your foot and your gait. And we are the only ones that have that, as far as doing it over 7 million scans nationwide. And it's all cloud-based. So we have more information on runners' feet, runner and walkers' feet than any entity in the world. So we can use that information, and our staff can work with you to measure your feet and provide you with the best footwear and insoles available. So I think I will start off with footwear. It's kind of where the rubber meets the road, so to speak. And it's very important to have the right shoe, and everyone's different. So we have both a mechanical best fit for you and also a best fit and feel for you individually. And that second part is really very independent upon the person. So don't let your friends tell you what the best shoe for you is, because what feels good to them might not feel good to you, and vice versa. And y'all probably already learned that if you're in the stage of training for a marathon at this point. You can expect to when we measure your foot. Let's say we measure your foot and it comes up, your foot's a size 8. You can expect to probably need a size 9 shoe. We need to make allowance for the sock, and your foot's going to swell, and you don't want your toes hitting the end of the shoe. So we typically size up, but we check all that. We check for that fit all the time. Equally important is the width of the shoe. And I will tell you, some 30% of our business is in wides. So keep that in mind. The number one thing I see that can be an issue, and there's not even a close second, is folks wearing too small of a shoe. And too small of a shoe can lead to a lot of problems, a lot of discomfort, foot going to sleep, issues like plantar fasciitis and such. So it's very important that the shoe fits properly. Of course, you can have a shoe that fits too big, and we check for that. So we want to make sure you're in the right size shoe. And sizes change from brand to brand to model to model. So just know that. It's not an exact science when they're making these shoes, and shoes can vary in size and width. A shoe should last you about 400 miles. And if you're doing marathon training, it makes really good sense to have more than one shoe. The shoes themselves are all kind of built differently, and I just brought a little, this is a bit of a show and tell tonight. I have a lot of equipment here, and I just wanted to kind of show you some of the things out there. And quite frankly, there's going to be some things you probably don't even know exist. This is one of our home brands. This brand is only available from Fleet Feet. This is called Karhu. It's one of my personal favorites. It's just a really good made shoe. Another little show and tell here. This is the ASICS Nova Blast. It's an extremely lightweight shoe. And the midsole material, this is something to know. The materials that they use on the shoes differ from model to model. And even inside of one particular brand, the brand can have different models of the midsole material. They can go from everything from a soft marshmallow feel to a bouncy trampoline responsive feel. And that's a preference thing, that, and also maybe fits into your goals. Maybe this one here, the bouncy type, might feel a little faster to you. Your times might be better in that respect. Another brand we carry that you might not be real familiar with is Diadora. It's an Italian brand that's been around since 1948. This is one of my personal favorites. This is a real good shoe for somebody who wants a super lightweight shoe for how much cushioning it has. And it too is real bouncy material that really gives you a good responsive feel. And then there's also shoes that are even more performance oriented. This is the Brooks Hyperion Max, and it comes with a plate, and this plate helps to propel you forward. It's almost like a spring, and it propels you forward. This too has the material that's really bouncy. Its sister shoe, the Ghost, for example, is more of a marshmallow feel, where this is a more performance, more responsive material it's in the midsole. So all shoes are different, even within the brands, there's different types. One thing to know, as good as these shoes are, and shoes range, and y'all probably know this, but shoes range roughly from $140 to $160. And they last about 400 miles. And it's probably a good idea to have those two shoes so you can just alternate them. What comes with the shoe, as good as this shoe is, and this is a $160 shoe, all that goodness is all in here. It's not necessarily in this sock liner. And you can just see this sock liner, how it's just really thin and flimsy. So a lot of times we work with the customer to elevate their comfort level and also give them more support and alignment. And that's with our insoles. So this is we carry three different insoles. We carry the Superfeet, the Curex, and the Power Step. And each of these, and using our Fit ID, our specialized 3D measurement scan, we can measure your arches, and also when you go across our dynamic plate, we can measure how flexible your arches are, and that helps us choose the best insole for your foot. So this is meant to fit underneath your foot. You got a very good firm arch support right underneath the heel and the arch, and this replaces the sock liner of the shoe. So you take this out and replace it with the sock with the insole. These insoles are roughly $55, and they last twice as long as the shoes themselves. All right, so let's move along. Bear with me. I'm having to move gear off my table to make room for new gear. So the next thing we often talk about with our customers is socks. So think about it. What's against your foot? Is it the shoe or insole? Indeed not. It's the sock. So at our store, we carry only the best socks, and it's very important for them to be of high quality. And the sock should be well-fitting. It should feel good. It should be cushy where you need it, but not necessarily cushy where you don't need it. It should wick really well to keep your foot in the sock as dry as possible, and it should be durable because you want it to hold up. And the sock brands that we carry are the two that we carry are Features and OS First. And OS First is actually now our #1 sock brand in our store. And if you've never tried an OS First sock, I highly recommend you try one, especially as you're still in the mid-training period and you have time to check it out. They come in 3 thicknesses: a thin, a medium, and the newest one is a little bit more cushion. And this is actually our #1 selling sock here, the Wicked Comfort. And again, we just have good old reliable Feature sock, and it too comes in 3 thicknesses: a thin, a medium, and a thicker one. And they range, the OS First products are roughly $16 and the features are $18. We carry some of the other products from OS First, including their plantar fasciitis sock. And this plantar fasciitis sock is the #1 PF sock on the market. We also carry, from our friends from CEP, we carry their compression sock. So now we're stepping up in like performance. We're getting into medical grade compression. And compression is a great way to promote blood flow. So a lot of times when you're running, there's a lot of blood down in the foot, and going on those long runs, that blood has a hard time getting from the foot back up to the heart, and a lot of it just starts pooling down low, and that's why your shoes start feeling tighter. You get that swelling even up into your ankles, and the CEP compression products are great to promote blood flow and moving that blood up into your heart to get reoxygenated, to come back into your muscles and serve you better. And one of my favorite products is just simply the quarter sock. This sock, you can see the picture of it, just fits a little bit lower on the lower part of the calf, and it does a great way of just supporting that ankle and promoting blood flow. This same company, CP, has one of a longer sock that comes up just below your knee. And they also provide a sleeve. One note on the sleeve, know that that's not meant to be wearing long term. With this short sock and with the long sock, you can wear it 24/7. It's a great way to wear when you're training or you're sleeping or watching TV. It just helps keep that blood flow going, keep the swelling down. But the sleeve, note, the sleeve is not to be meant to wear other than just during the activity, because literally you're cutting off the flow from your foot, and you don't want to keep wearing that sleeve long term. All right, good stuff there. So by far the most important things to know is shoes, insoles, and socks. Great way to just get on the right footing and have everything working fine there. However, there's additional things you should do to take care of yourself. And I'm going to kind of step into nutrition now. And some of my favorite products here are the Nuun electrolyte supplement and the Salt Stick electrolyte supplements. So when you're doing long runs, you need to make sure you're drinking plenty of water, you're taking plenty of energy, but also you need to remember you need to replace your body's salts, your minerals, your sodium, your potassium, magnesium, and your chlorides. Those are things that end up on the outside of your neck, on your clothing, and you're just losing it just at a high rate when you're doing long runs. And water and energy doesn't replace that. You do need the water and energy, but you also need to make sure you're doing a really good job replacing your electrolytes. If you don't, your body starts seizing up. It's almost like your car trying to operate without any oil in the oil tank. And your body starts seizing up, you start cramping, you can get dehydrated, there can be swelling going on. And you're asking yourself, well, I drank plenty of water, I drank plenty of energy drink. Yes, but you probably weren't replacing your electrolytes enough. To give you an idea of how much you typically would need, it's recommended you take one of these every 30 minutes during your long runs. And if you're not taking those, that's how low you are on having electrolytes in your bloodstream, in your muscles, allowing everything to fire properly. So again, my two favorite products are the Nuun. These are just tablets that drop in water, and I like to say it makes water delicious. That's good. And also the electrolytes from Salt Stick, either the gel capsule or the chewable tablets. Just keep in mind it takes 4 of these tablets to equal one of these gel capsules. So I typically recommend on your longer runs, you're really going to this because you just don't have to take so many, not as many as the chewables. All right. So let's get back. Let's get back to what we were talking about, energy. So you need your energy. Of course you do. Just getting back to my car analogy, we're taking care of oil in the oil tank, but you definitely need gas in the gas tank. So here's some of my favorite energy products. First of all, there's GU. This is kind of the leader in the industry. GU is typically known as the #1 product on the market, and it comes in lots of flavors, and it comes caffeinated and not caffeinated, and it can even add some additional electrolytes to some of them. So that's a good product. A lot of times, some people have a lot of problems. Can't have problems with GU because it's pretty concentrate. Just know that you need to drink plenty of water when you take GUs because you got to break up all that concentrate in your stomach, or it will kind of hang up in there. You don't want that. Another product we do really well with is the UCAN. This does not contain sugar. Instead, it uses the cornstarch as its energy source. And what that gives you is less of a hike. You don't have that sugar hike. And it's actually longer lasting. So it's like a slow release energy. And for longer runs, doesn't that sound good? So the UCAN is also very easy on the stomach. And we do quite well with this. We carry all 4 of their flavors. Huma it's been a big favorite of our customers for a while now. We've been carrying it for a long time. It's a chia seed based, and it's very natural. It's very easy on the stomach. It's very liquidy, so it's not thick. It goes down really easy. And then one of the premier products on the market is Morton's. Martin gel, and it comes in a caffeinated and uncaffeinated, and also has a really popular a drink mix as well. And we do really well with that. And for those that just can't take that liquid gel, we also have some chewables. One real popular one is the Cliff Blocks. So these have the same ingredients as the gels, but they come in a gooey, a more chewable consistency, almost like a gummy bear. This particular one is the salted watermelon. Doesn't that sound good this time of year? And when we're talking about hydration, let's just, this is one of a great handheld water bottle. This is one of the more popular ones these days, the collapsible ones, because it actually gets smaller as you take in the liquid, and it's easy to refill at any given time at any water stop. And it's just real. It snugs up really nice on the hand, so it actually holds on to you. You don't hold on to it, and it's very light as well. All right, so that's the hydration and energy story. So even with all that, sometimes it just takes our muscles take a beating when we're running long. And even with the proper hydration and such, we still have like issues. And some of my best tools, my best gear for that, one of my favorites is the calf stretcher here. And you can take a picture of how it works. You stand on this rocker. There's even a better picture. And you stand on the rocker, and it helps stretch the calf and the hamstring. So a lot of times when you have foot pain or Achilles problem, it's from a real tight calf or hamstring. And I've found over my years of doing this that this is the best way to stretch the calf. I like to say this is the one time and gravity work for you, not against you. So you just stand on it, you hold on to a wall, and you put your full weight on that and lean your heel back, and it stretches the calf. And it's a lot of times just that problems like plantar fasciitis and Achilles tendonitis and shin splints is really just simply just real tight calf muscles seizing up and pulling excessively on those joints, like around the heel and so forth. So if we can limber this area up by having a daily routine of stretching, you can minimize have the opportunity or having any issues with lower extremities like shin splints or Achilles tendonitis or even plantar fasciitis. And this is something you would use on a daily basis. They even know that you're tempted to use a wall stretch for that, and they tell you how much better this is than the wall stretch. And all it takes is 30 seconds on each foot 3 times, twice a day. If you do the math on that, that's just 6 minutes of therapy. And that's it. You just use, and this is $24. So it's a good investment, and it's easy to move around, and you can allow other family members to use it. I've been selling this for 25 years. And I found out about it 3 years before I opened my first Fleet Feet store, because I personally was going through therapy. And after I finished the therapy, they sent me to a big box for me to buy one personally. And when I opened my store 3 years later, I brought it in. So I know the success that this can give you just because I've been doing it for so long and dealt with so many folks with issues. Love this product. Did you know that? Yep. All right. So another way to take care of that is just a simple massage stick. So this is my favorite massage stick. So that was a stretcher, and this is a massager. It kind of does the same thing. This is more versatile maybe because you can use it on any soft tissue on your body, lower back, your neck, your calf. You can even work it on your backside and work your glutes and piriformis. And it's just a very versatile stick. And it comes in at $48. And then one of my favorite gadgets is the PowerPlate mini massage gun that comes in at $129. And it's just a good tool to have on your arsenal as well to work all that soft tissue and keep things limber and promote blood flow. And then some of the more traditional, this is a foam roller, and this is actually the best one on the market. This is from Trigger Point. It's kind of the original foam roller. They use ballistic PVC core here to keep things in shape over time. And all of these have different densities and shapes to mimic the different parts of a massage therapist's hand and elbow and thumb. Throughout, that's what all this different shapes and sizes are. And also from Trigger Point is a good old massage ball. We have this in 3 different sizes. This is the 5-inch. We have one in a 3-inch and a 1.5-inch. And this too has different densities. So as you roll across this massage ball, it treats you different in different areas of the ball. You can sit on this. You can put it behind your back and lay back on top of it. You can lay on top of your stomach on top of it and work your upper thigh, work your quad muscles and your hip flexors and so forth. Really good stuff here. All right. So other fun things we have is some footwear. I told you about our shoes, and they're $160. You probably don't want to wear them all the time. So something that's been real popular with us is the OOFOS recovery sandals. And these are wonderful because they just feel so good. You can almost feel it on the screen, right? Feel how soft that is? And these just have a really good arch support, and they're really soft. They're light, they're durable. Folks like to wear them around the house, so you're not going barefooted. And a newer product we've had is for somebody that might like a more traditional flip-flop. And these are from Archie's. And these are, as you can see, they're more designed like a original flip-flop. But if you look close, you'll see that it has a really nice arch. This actually has a 1-inch arch support in there. Take a look at that. You can almost feel your foot on top of that and seeing the support it would give it. And it's got a nice little heel cup here as well. And yeah, it's really well made. And these come in, the OOFOS are roughly $60 to $80. We have those in slides and the thong and so forth. So we have different models of that. And then we have this in the slide as well. And the OOFOS are roughly $60 to $80. And then the Archies are like $40 to $60. Cool stuff, don't y'all think? Hey, do y'all ever chafe? Any of y'all chafe? We can get personal here. Raise your hand. Chafing is when you something rubbed you wrong as you on your long runs. And a lot of times that can just be with something that's poorly fit. So we probably should talk about how things are fitting, whether it's the sock or the shoe, or it's a piece of garment. But anyhow, we have two great anti-chafe products. The Run Guard is my favorite stick anti-chafe product. And then my favorite product is actually a roll-on, and it's called Sport Shield. Both of these are waterproof. Other of the products that are on the market are not. So you'll find yourself kind of having false confidence. You put something on and it emulsifies or goes away. Both these are products are really good because they stay on. I really like this product here, the Sport Shield. Even if you don't shake much, let's say it's a rainy day, and if you don't put something on, you're liable to get your feet to blister because you're going to get your feet are going to get wet because you're running a long ways in the rain. This is a great product to put on your foot ahead of time. You just swab it on, maybe between the toes and on the tips of the toes and on the heel and in the arch. And then you put your sock on and you're going to be good to go. And because it stays on and it has a really high coefficient of friction, even in wet weather, you're just not going to blister. And that's good stuff. This obviously can go on any other part of your body where you're going to shave. And it's just a good tool to have. And go ahead now and experiment with it. Hey, a lot of times we just have aches or pains and we need some quick relief. We have two topical pain relievers. It's called Dr. Hoy's. It's excellent. We have a nice cream ointment, and then we have a menthol pain reliever. And these are great just to have in your bag to put on afterwards and cut down the inflammation and swelling and pain. All right. Are we having fun yet? Hey, we can't have fun unless we're safe. And this is a great product from Amphipod, a nice safety vest that you can be seen 360 degrees. And it comes in 3 modes of flashing: solid, slow flash, or a fast flash. And not only do you want to be seen, but you want to see. So it's important to have not only a headlamp so that you can see, but the vest is so that they can see you. And this is one of my favorite products from Petzl. It's the Bondi. Headlamp. Super light. It's a bungee cord strap. It's stays on, and it doesn't even feel like you're wearing anything. And it too has different modes of flashing. And it's a USB charge. All right, so sometimes you're on that road and you just want to have some headphones on, but you want to be safe. You want to have your headphones on, but you also want to hear noise and sounds around you. And that's why we carry this product here. It's shocks, and we have the traditional shocks that fits around your ear, and it uses bone conductivity for the sound there. And you can see your ear, in this case, is completely open to outside noise. And then the latest product from them is their open air, the open fit air. And these are more like earbuds, more traditional earbuds, but they too fit around your ear, and they go into your ear, but not into your ear canal. So your ear canal is still open so that you can hear outside noises. Yeah, very good products. Hey, since we're up top on our head here, A couple of products that we really do really well with is the Junk headbands, and we carry their Big Bang Light series. Those are the lightest of their headbands, and they wick really well, and it's a really good fabric. It feels really good. We have them in so many different colors. Really works good for that athletic headband. And we have your traditional visors, but these have some reflectivity to them. They're dark underneath to cut down on the glare. It's a one size fits all. These are from our friends over at Boco, and they make a great visor. They also make a great running hat. This is one of my favorite. It's nice and open in the back with mesh for breathability. A lot of fun colors. And another hat company we carry that's extremely popular is the Sprint hats. These are not only fun because they come in so many fun prints, but they're also wick really well and just perform really well. Adjustable sizing, and we carry their hats and their visors. And last but not least, one of our most favorite products in our store. Does anybody know what it is? I haven't said yet. Think 1, 2, 3. It is Gooders. Who would have thought that a $25 sunglass would be so popular? Well, it is. So these are sunglasses that stay on your head. They don't slip. They don't bounce. They're polarized. They come in lots of different colors and shades, and this model is only $25. There's a couple of models that are $35, but the most you'll pay is the $35. And if you lose them, you're not so mad, and you can just come back to our store and just get a replacement one at the same price. Yeah. So there you go. That's everything there is running and more. I'm just kidding. There's so much more. And that's why you really should come in to see us and let our staff work with you on all your wants and needs to make your marathon training enjoyable and successful.
Thank you, Jeff. That was awesome. We'll kind of open it up for questions. If anybody has any, pop it in the chat or just unmute yourself and go ahead and ask. I will say that we commend you guys and we wish you the best of luck on your journey with all of your training for the marathon. And like Jeff mentioned, definitely take some time to go stop by one of their stores. All of their associates are very well trained, very knowledgeable, especially in terms of getting you fit in the right shoe, which is arguably the most important thing in your training process. So do that. Jeff is also going to be out at MTT on the weekend of July 13th and 14th, and he will be there October 19th and 20th. So if you aren't able to make it to the store, you can see him there. Or if you just need some more Jeff in your life. We did have one question. What do you recommend for running, belts or vest?
Great question. I'm sorry. So I only showed the handheld, and we carry both Amphipod and Nathan, both the belts and the vest. I'm sorry, I just could only get so many in my office here. But we do carry both of those in assortment of different sizes and styles. Again, Amphipod and Nathan in both the waist packs and the vest. Great
Do you
question.
think one has benefits over the other?
Yeah, so we like so often I just like to carry a second brand on almost every product I have because they just differ slightly. When we find out when we work with customers, often they gravitate to one or the other because they just like something about it. The size or the look or the feel. And that's so important. So I always like to have some some choices. And even within those brands, we have some different belts and different vests. And I like to say, drink early and often. Don't wait till you're thirsty. It's better to sip than gulp when you're taking in hydration.
Hi, Jeff. This is Heidi. So about the belt and the vest, do you think that, so I bought a belt, but then I had more chafing where the belt hit my stomach. So I mean, I can buy the anti-chafing cream, but I guess I'm worried about getting a vest. That would probably cause that as well, correct?
Yeah, it's a great question. So first of all, the belts are made to be able to stretch the belt out, and when it goes on, there won't be movement. You got some movement on it, and perhaps you're wearing the belt too high. It's meant to be, excuse me, be lower on the hips. So it could be just an application on the belt. And you know, as you add the water, it gets heavier, and it can be more movement that way. So and then the vest too is equally important to have the proper fit, so there's no movement. In any case, any movement is not good movement, and the movement's what's causing the friction, which in turn causes the blistering. Yeah.
Okay.
Can you tell me what brand of the belt you have?
I bought one off of Amazon. I haven't been into your store yet, so I wasn't sure.
Almost would say it's not an Amazon product, is it? Like, so there's a good chance it's just the lack of quality of the belt itself.
Okay.
One thing, you could bring the belt in, and literally we can kind of put our belt on and see if you feel a difference. And
Okay.
if you do, then more likely that's going to lead to a better success story for you. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I was going to ask you about the Nuun and the gels. Are you supposed to, how often are you supposed to do that? Like, do you do the Nuun like in your water that you're carrying when you're running? Is that what you do?
Yeah. So the Nuuns are tablets that go into your water. So in that case, you're getting your water and your electrolytes at the same time. And think about it, you could just constantly be drinking that. And then the energies, there's actually liquid energy drinks too. I know there's a lot to like manage here, right? Because you got to take water, energy, and electrolytes, and there's no substitute for that. So a lot of times, like your Nuun drink can could be you're just drinking that. But even Nuun might not be enough for you for a marathon. Like you're losing electrolytes probably faster than what the concentration of Nuun can keep up with. That's my experience personally. I lose a lot of electrolytes when I'm running. I just do. You could follow me home, just seeing the salt trail that I'm leaving. So I use the salt stick tablets because I use one every 30 minutes. And we even provide a little holder. It's like your grandfather's coin purse. And you can stuff that with the capsules and put that on your person. You're still drinking your water. You're still taking your energy, but every 30 minutes, I'm popping that capsule and chasing it down with water to get my electrolytes. So in your mind, be thinking, I need water, I need energy, and I need electrolytes. That's your juggling act for 26.2 miles. And it starts at the beginning.
Yeah. So the energy piece, so like the gels, is that every hour you should put some of that in?
It's roughly 45 minutes, 30 to 45 minutes. Yeah.
Okay.
Probably a little bit more than an hour, less than 30 minutes. Yeah. I think GU actually says they recommend one every 45 minutes. Yep.
And you would take the whole packet?
The whole packet, yeah. All of these are pretty much individual servings. The only difference is on the Clif Bloks. These are like 3 servings. Yeah. And now's the time to be experimenting with it, right?
Yeah.
You're going up in mileage, 1, so you're gonna need it, and 2, you need to figure things out before November.
Yeah.
That's why they give us the medal at the end, not just the distance, but figuring all this out.
Yeah.
And in terms of your training, you're gonna see, for your long runs on your Saturday or your Sunday, you know, we have the water stops and you have your noon at those locations. And when the mileage gets up to it, there will be gels out there as well, which I believe will be goos. And you'll see the same thing on the course. So if you're looking to like explore other products or what have you, like, or you want to put the salt tabs or whatever in your belt as opposed to like carrying product that we're already providing, like, you know, you don't want to be weighed down with a million different things out there.
Okay. Okay. And then, oh, one last question. When we come into the store, because my husband and I are both doing this, do we have to have an appointment to do this foot thing?
Great question. You do not. We have 3 stores. We're open 7 days a week, 10 to 7 during the week, 10 to 6 on Saturday, 12 to 5 on Sunday. We do that so you can come in at your convenience, fully staffed, ready to help you. Bring your shoes that you're wearing now. We can, at very least, we can check the shoes to make sure they're the proper size for you. We'd be glad to do that.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Thank you, Heidi. Great questions.
Thank you.
Hey, Jeff, I have a question for you.
Yes, Aaron.
What is your, like, for your stores, what is like the best store to go to for the most variety? Or is there like one store caters to more, you know, hydration and another store caters to more clothes?
Yeah, great question. So all 3 stores have the same products in them, and our staff rotates amongst the stores. So our goal is to give you the same experience no matter what store you open. And one of the purposes I opened my 3 stores instead of just having one big one is to make it convenient for my Richmond customers.
That's perfect. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure I wasn't looking for one product and go into one store and it's not at that one, it would be at another one.
It's a great question. Yep, absolutely. And if it happens that we didn't have something at one store, we can move it over to the other store, or we can hold it. Again, I don't want to, you guys don't forget about our fleetfeet.com site. You can always go at fleetfeet.com and shop around. It'll actually show you what local inventory we have.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you, Aaron.
All right. Great questions, everybody. And again, thank you for joining tonight. Wishing you all the best in your training journey and everything. If other questions come up after this, like I mentioned, Jeff's going to be out at MTT a couple more weekends for you. So July 13th and 14th and October 19th and 20th. You can also reach out to sports backers or to your coaches with questions, and then they can come to us if they need to answer it. But they're a great resource for you guys as well. Yeah. Thanks, everybody. Have a great evening.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.